So yeah, let's start off by filling an application form first. I will fill an application form along with you guys, so you can like literally see what I'm filling through. And if you have any questions, you please put them in the Q&A section. I will answer them for you. But let's start off by filling off the application form first. I would want to fill the NYU application form because NYU has a December 1 deadline, and I thought that would be really helpful. I am targeting particularly the MOT program. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, great. So just starting a new application for fall 24, create application. Fall 24, yeah, open application. So just saying continue. First name and last name, because when I have created my account, I have given these names as my first name and last name. It has been auto-populated here. Your first name, your given name should be according to your passport, and your last name and family name also should be according to your passport. In my passport, I do not have a middle name, so I'm leaving it as empty. But if you have a middle name in the passport, you can give that. I am like whatever this is. I do not have any chosen preferred first name or other last name use, so I'm leaving all of that empty. So this is enter your street address in the first line, if applicable, an apartment number on the second, and permanent address. So this should be a permanent address, so it has to be my Indian address. Whatever. Okay, whatever is again, this is according because they said it's permanent address. This has to be according to your passport and not your current address. And if your permanent address, whatever is in your passport, is the current address you're living at, then it can be same as permanent. But if your permanent address, like whatever is mentioned on your passport, is different from the current address you're living at, then here you enter the current address where you're living at. This does not need any proof. This is just so basically for again, nowadays universities are not really communicating anything because you're I-20s and everything is also online. But basically mailing address is something, if the university wants to communicate anything, or if they would want to share any kind of if they would want to send any post or mails or anything, then the mailing address will be used. So this has to be your current address. Permanent address has to be your address according to your passport. I think I'm clear here. This current email, so this is the email I have used while creating the what do you call, the account on the NYU portal. So that is why it is auto-populated. So primary phone, whatever. So legal sex would be female. Gender identity, women. Country, region of birth would be India. Birth date, again, this I filled the information while creating the account, so that is why it's auto-populated. My primary citizenship is from India. I do not have a dual citizenship, so I'm not putting anything in here. Residency status, I'm not a US permanent resident, so I'm not putting anything here. Current visa type would be, I do not have a visa. If you do not have a visa as of now, if you have a if you already have an F1, I'm sure F1 will not be, it's a very rare case. But if you have any kind of visitor's visa, then you can just type this and leave it. But if you do not have any active US visa, please select I do not have a visa. Will you be studying full-time or part-time? As internationals, always full-time. Will you be taking courses in person or online? In person, as internationals, always. Which degree you are applying to? Masters. Which program are you applying to? I would want to choose Masters of Technology. Masters in Management of Technology. This is the program I want to choose. So here it says people applying to MOT. There's an MIT Global, where in the first semester is at NYU Shanghai campus, and then the transition is to the NYU New York City. So I'm not interested in that, and I think most of you also should just say no, because at the end of the day we would want to go study in the US for all the 4 semesters and not go on to Shanghai campus for like a semester. So I'm just saying no. and continue. Then are you currently enrolled in an undergraduate program at NYU Tandon? No. Are you currently enrolled in a master's at PhD program? No. Have you previously attended another schools within NYU? No. So I'm not just answering that. Have you previously attended NYU? No. Have you ever been permanently disqualified? No. Are you actively pursuing or currently receiving educational funding? So currently education funding is basically if you're taking an education loan or if you're getting any kind of funds from your government, from basically Indian government or anything, that does not come under educational funding here. So your answer should be no. Do you identify as a first generation college student? So basically if any of your basically in your family, if you're the first generation to attend undergrad, then it will be yes. If not, no. So my answer would be no. Previous to your undergrad studies, did you graduate from a high school or secondary school located in the United States? I did not, because my entire education was in India, so no. During your undergraduate studies, did you graduate from a historically whatever? No. What is the name of your current employer? If you're not currently employed, please select not employed below. If you're actively enrolled as a full-time student and not otherwise employed, please select student below. If your employer is not listed, select other not listed below. So because I work at Gradvine and that is not there, I just put others not listed. I'm just gonna type Gradvine here. Please indicate any other schools to which you have applied. This information is optional and you will not be used when reviewing your application or admission. So basically, this is again a very, I would say a subjective question. You can put the universities that you wish to apply to, or you can skip. If you want to, I'm just like putting one university, but like just I put one university. If you were provided with an application fee waiver, please enter it here. So if you have an application fee waiver, enter it here. For everyone attending this session, we have a fee waiver code for NYU Tandon. So please, if you're applying to NYU Tandon, let us know. We can give you that fee waiver code. So here it is your academic history. So for academic history, you're supposed to just provide your undergrad details and anything after that. You don't have to give your 10th, 12th details. So just your undergrad. So country would be India first. So I just entered my name, my college name in there. So my graduation was from 2015 to 2019. The month need not be very accurate, so I'm just going to put June 2015 to say July 2019. The years have to be correct, but the month here and there is fine. Level of study would be undergraduate. Degree awarded, I have a Bachelor of Engineering. Date conferred or expected, again, so basically date conferred or expected would be the dates you either got your result for your final exams or the date wherein you actually received your degree. So again, an approx month would do, that's not a problem. So my major was civil engineering. I had a GPA of about 8.56 on a scale of 10. And then you upload your PDF or scanned pages here. So basically, again, if you have already graduated and if you're a working professional, put all of your 8th semester individual transcripts in one PDF. Then you put your, in the 9th page, put your CMM, that is your consolidated marks memo. In the 10th page, put your degree conferred certificate, the original degree certificate. Make that into one single PDF and use that as your transcripts for all of the universities. Just in case you have all of your 8th semester transcripts, you don't have your CMM, you don't have your OD, that's okay. Just put all of your 8th semester transcripts in one single PDF and upload. And if you're still a student, if you're still studying, at least 6 semester transcripts are recommended. Okay, this is done. I have also done my master's, so I'm just going to add that as well. So I attended from August 2019 to August 2020. Level of study here would be graduate. So anyone have a post diploma degree or or if you have done a master's or anything, you add it after your undergrad. I have a Master of Science. My GPA was 3.95 on a scale of 4. And then here also you just upload your transcripts and then save. So I'm done with the academic history, then clicking on continue. So here, again, so basically here, if your program requires GRE, for the specific MOT program, GRE is not required. GRE is optional. But if the program you're applying to NYU requires GRE, then you're supposed to submit the official score from ETS website to NYU. Only then your application will be marked as completed and it will be evaluated. For TOEFL, irrespective, every program you will have to send it through ETS. So test type, I'm just saying GRE test taken. I don't know. So it'll be valid only for 10 years. Not sure what is this 50. So if you want to, okay, for people who want to submit your GRE scores for universities that have GRE as optional, you can put your GRE score here. But if you do not want to submit your GRE scores because your program has it optional, just don't put this. You can select the test type to be TOEFL here, enter the details, put the TOEFL registration number, email address used to register, and just say continue. So for whoever who want to submit your GRE scores, put your GRE score and then your TOEFL score or your IELTS score. But whoever who does not want to, just skip on GRE and then you can do TOEFL or IELTS. So coming to recommendations, right? So how do these recommendations work? When I'm saying add recommender, and again here, so for the program I'm applying to, two recommendation letters are needed. So when I'm saying add recommender, here it says format to be submitted electronically by the recommender, to be mailed by the recommender. I would highly recommend choosing the first one, to be submitted electronically by the recommender, because it's a very, very easy way, mess-free way, and less time-taking way. If it is mailed, that is physically sent to the university by the recommender, it's a whole lot of chaos. On top of it, it's very, very time taking. First of all, your recommender has to mail it to the university has to receive it. Once they receive it, they'll have to match it with your profile. So it's a very cumbersome process. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're selecting to be submitted electronically by the recommender, please remember that you're using the recommender's official email ID. You cannot use email IDs like @gmail.com, yahoo.com, basically these generic domains, because in that case, there is no credibility that the recommendation is coming from a recommender. It might be you also. You can also create one email ID and say, I have submitted the recommender. So always make sure when you're saying to be submitted electronically by the recommender, you're using the official email ID of the recommender. So again, prefix, whatever it is, name, I'll just put my name only again, Akhila. Organization is basically the company or the organization wherever the recommender is working currently. I'm just going to put Gradvine. Position title is basically the designation of the recommender, and it has to match with whatever you have written in your LOR. So, relationship is how you and the recommender are associated. So if you're going to say, so basically, if it's an academic LOR and if the recommender is your professor, you can just write your as a professor there. Or if it's a professional LOR and the recommender is your manager, you can just say manager. So telephone, again, just put telephone and email ID. Okay, here this again, whatever you have given in your middle name, first name, that will be here. Here again it says it asks you two questions. I waive my right to access this report. I do not waive my right to access this report. Again, selecting any of this here does not make a difference, but I would recommend selecting I waive my right to access this report, just because it's like a sense of you're giving that kind of respect to the recommender by saying, hey, I do not want to know what you have written in my recommender, irrespective of get an admit or a reject. That's all. But see, most of the times recommendations, at least for us, students only draft, so I don't think that should be like a huge problem. But always say I waive my right to access this report, just out of respect, nothing else. So just put your name here. And this is, I confirm I did not write any portion of this recommendation either in whole or in part, or have any involvement in drafting its submission. Again, the same thing here. Okay, I will just show you how I will get the recommender email as well. Just give me a minute. So for because this program requires two recommenders, you can add one more recommender and then just go ahead. So can you see this? You are receiving this message from New York University because Akhila Katapally has chosen you to provide a recommendation. And then here there is a link. Using this link, the recommender has to submit the recommendation. So here, whatever you select will appear here. Then there is a list of, quantitative analysis that that the recommender has to do. Just mark all of this, and then there are a few questions, and then you know the your overall recommendation, and then they'll have to upload a letter of recommendation, sign and submit. So yeah, this is essentially, so basically when you put in the email ID, when you put in the email ID, the email will be triggered immediately to the recommender. So please, whoever is applying to December 1 deadline, I hope you have already done this, but if you did not, please start filling out and send in the recommendation emails to your recommenders right now, because again, they will need time to fill it, right? So don't just do it on the day of your application. Then you upload your resume here. Then your essays, make sure, so NYU has a very specific font style and basically the entire formatting, so make sure you're doing that. And always remember, upload all of your documents in PDF format only, because when you're using Word format, it might seem good on your computer or on your like basically system, but when you're uploading the Word format, the other person who's the other person who's actually viewing it, the formatting might be off. So just use PDF, make all of the corrections using your Word and all of that. Make sure your formatting is uniform, which is very, very important. In your resume also, guys, make sure your formatting is uniform. You cannot have one line indented towards completely left and the other line completely towards right indentation and all of that. Make sure you have a very uniform formatting. And I would definitely recommend choosing one-page resume. Once you think your content is fine, your formatting, everything is fine, convert that into a PDF and use that PDF. Don't use the Word document. The same with your essays. Prompt, you can passport, you can submit your passport right now, or you cannot also, it's fine. But if you choose to submit your passport, you have to scan your first page, the last page, basically these two pages in one single PDF, and upload it here. Publications. So basically, if you have any publications, any thesis, any projects here, you can just combine all of them into one single PDF and upload it here. And supplemental documents, if you have any other unpublished works, if you have any other certifications, any other, basically any other stuff that you would want to submit, you can combine them all into one single PDF and submit it here. So that's about publications and supplemental documents. Just putting my name here again. Just read all of that. So again, most of the applications don't really allow you to go until the end if you did not like do these, but here it's giving me a warning that recommendations, we require 2 recommendations, but I just gave 1 recommendation. That's why it's showing me this. Uploads, I did not upload my resume CV, I did not upload my SOP. That is the reason. Then in academic history also, I just gave my undergrad details, but I did not upload my transcripts. So that is why. And here it says optional passport, but you can always give. Yeah, so this is entirely about filling an application. We are almost done. I think if we had done all of this, we used to just get like a review page and then check all of the information and just submit. If you have the fee waiver code, you will not be paying anything and your application will be submitted. If you did not have the fee waiver code, then you'll have to like pay the application fee and submit your application. I think that's all. This is about the entire filling of the NYU MS application form.